Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I'm called to come back. Well, not called, but I thought to come back and say hello. I wanted to wish you happy equinox. The energies have been balanced. There's still energies for me that are still that have to balance out. But in a few days, on the 25th, we have this very powerful full moon and solar eclipse. It's going to be very powerful. It's going to give us a chance to examine our soul contract and to evaluate the karma. So because there is the karma and the dharma, we balance out the karma with the dharma with the law, and so because the ascension already happened, it's going to be a very powerful time. The eclipses are the most powerful transit, but this ascension that we're looking for already happened on December 21st, 2012. I saw it. It was amazing, but it was supposed to affect the whole physicality, but it only affected the subtle body of the planet. It only affected. It happened in the world of cause on the subtle level when it was supposed to affect the whole physical. Body, but then it didn't, because the vibe was too low. Everything came back down, and now everything is accelerated. There is new momentum that has been created over the last decades. So the karma is accelerated. For a long time we used to have a life and then have to deal with the afterlife, and then balance it out with another incarnation depending on what we did, with complete free will. Well, now it's like the karma is going to be more instant, and time is being compressed. There's more and more experience within each time. So it's like we have to come to the understanding of the laws of the universe, the law of one, the tree of life. For during the dark age, we're coming out of the dark age. It is the time of the decadence of the law. Everything, the truth is the lie, the right is the wrong, the good is the evil, the dark is the light, war is peace, ignorance is strength, like George Orwell pointed out in 1984. But the laws of the universe, we're learning as we grow, as we ascend, we're learning a little bit more. For humans do not know this law of evolution. The law says that we all have to. The law has to operate in a way that everybody learns, grows, and evolves through the experiences of life, through the cause and the effect. So it is an eternal process. We can already see, sometimes we see people doing really dark deeds and they don't feel they're being punished, but in the eternal process, it's not a matter of punishment. It's a matter of like facing the responsibility of the deeds. That's why there is so much karma that's been experienced, but it's so hard to live on the planet right now. It's because we're reintegrating all kinds of old third and fourth dimensional existence that we had in the past. Our soul wants to be whole, and so we're dealing with that. From the law of the universe, there are certain that we already know. Like the law of existence, for instance. We exist. We have no choice. It's no choice. We've always existed and will always exist in one form or another. It's an eternal law. We have no choice. The law of inclusions will always be included within life. There is nothing that is beyond God, no matter what. Even if we depart from the truth, depart from what is good, that will still be within the law, but the law will affect us differently. We want to stay within the center as much as possible. Of course, there is the law of attraction. That's a very subtle law. We're learning to process that law of attraction. There is the law of the law of reflection. Life mirrors us. To get the information, there's a big mirror of life. Once we clean it up, we get all kinds of information. There is the law of one. One is all and all is one. You are the creator in form. There is the law of change and transformation. Everything is eternally changing except the laws, or the creator. The law of free will, that's the one that's been violated the most. For we have this free will, but through the conditioning and the propaganda and the mind control technologies of aliens and so on, there's been a great deal of the free will. But all our decision and choice influence the future, and our free will, God has given us our free will to determine, to choose love. For love has to be chosen voluntarily. And those who cannot will go through the lower cycle. There is the law of grace. Once we forgive unconditionally and we love unconditionally, we transcend karma. And there is the first commandment: be you perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Of course, God is perfect, infinitely perfect, but we can never attain that infinite perfection. But we still need to perfect ourselves, to do whatever we can to perfect every possible aspect of our life. It's a way to stay healthy as well. So those laws will come in. We will learn all kinds of laws as we grow, as we and integrate them into our life. Right now, we're looking for this triad of energy to integrate our human consciousness with our soul, and the human consciousness. There is the soul, and there is the point of harmonization between the two. So it's like the soul and the personality will be uniting, and then after we do that, we'll integrate galactic frequency, sub-universal frequency, universal, cosmic, even celestial frequencies. So it's like right now we're retrieving all kinds of fragments from past lives, and it's unconscious, but it's not easy. But we need to be whole to become an ascended master, to have both to recognize our individualized ID as a unique creation of the Creator, as well as the consciousness of our universal consciousness. To have both of those aspects because we can draw in information from the cosmic mind. But we do want to be a model, an example for what to be the highest version of ourselves, to be within present and within our presence as much as possible. Understanding words do not teach all that much in relationship to experience. Experience is what teaches us the most. So that's why we keep reincarnating, because there is attachment once we have no more attachment to anything from this material physical reality, then we can start ascending through the celestial sphere all the way till we get to paradise. Because if we were sent to paradise right now with our five senses, we would not see anything or hear anything. But it's because of the thousands of incarnations to progressively ascend spiritually that once we actually reach paradise and we become paradise citizens, then we can see and feel and know and communicate on many levels. Not all, maybe, because it's still on the supremacy level, maybe not on the ultimacy, but some level of ultimacy. After that, the absoluteness is like the gods reserve a lot of things for the future as well of the universe of universes. But so it's like it's important to learn detachment and serenity. It's very. I'm going to pull a card. Did I pull a card? I'm going to pull a card. To be detached and serene as much as possible. And not to give your energies to others by obligation. It's like today is the faithful heart, to be true to yourself, to be true to those you love, to be true to your soul, your soul connections as well. For me, it's a challenging time, but my soul is telling me things. I'm still having a hard time accepting it due to my present condition. So I just got to prepare for that. I choose to surrender all that I am and all that I have to my oversoul, to my God self. And it's like it's something that we're learning to do, to put the things in the hands of the Creator and trust. For the plan of separation is like it's part of the dark plans to separate science and religion. For instance, was part of the Archon's invasion when they established those Catholic dogmas. They separated everything, and and the Archons have always used the Catholic Church as their primary tool of control. And then television came, and so there was a new tool of control. But then the internet broke everything, everything. So it's like I wanted to discuss the fact that there's a possibility of what is called the third spiritual judgment of the 68 Earth globe. Something that was revealed by God. So it's like a censor will speak. There's been many judgments in the past. The last being the deluge in the 17,500 years ago. The biblical deluge, but a lot of the catastrophes and the wars and a lot of biblical events that were called as biblical were actually extraterrestrial intervention that use very sophisticated weapons. So it's not. All of that will come into the light. But yet, when the censors speak, everything changes. And that's the last final judgment. This planet has never been censored. But the censors are wise, divine, wise beings that are the judgment of God. When they speak, everything changes. There's a lot of surprises. Even the celestial beings find themselves to be surprised by the judgment of the censors. But I know they're around. We thank them for continuing to protect us, to continue to ask for truth, for beauty, for justice in this world. And so it's we'll see what happens. There's nothing to fear really. It's just it will be just an upgrade at the right time. It's like there is this trial between Lucifer and Gabriel of Salvington that's been going on for 200,000 years, and it's still in the process of unfolding. Also wanted to say not to there is a lot of extraterrestrials for those who know who are unknown. Some are positively oriented, some are negatively oriented, and some are find this point of neutrality, like the Arcturians, for instance. And but even in the positively oriented groups, there is some that are negative. Just as on the negative side, there are some that are positive. There are reptilians, Draco-reptilians, that have ascended. They work with the Federation, and so do not label things, because otherwise we would be labeled as humans as really bad guys, as we see what we do to each other and to the planet, brutal, ignorant, primitive. But so there is good humans. There is bad humans, by standards of respect and love, and there are some that are really, really implicated in some without judgment, but some things that are far darker than anything we can ever imagine. They're exploring the darkness, and then they will have to face the consequences of that. But so it's very much to find the balance, and because the balance between the light and the dark has always been on the planet. In every sphere, there is always the presence of light and dark. But as we went through the dark age, the darkness has always the upper hand. They were winning most of the battle. But now we're moving into a light age. The light is winning most of the battle, and but it's still. We have to understand that all has to happen within a shift of consciousness, a shift of beliefs, a shift of behavior. Even if the truth was revealed in all the television, even if the extraterrestrials come down, if we haven't made the shift internally, we'll remain third dimensional beings. We're not going to gain access to fifth dimension by external process. It's an internal process. So be patient, be perseverant, be courageous, and continue to go through the process that your soul and your spirit is uh, are unfolding. For there's been many upgrades in genetic humanity that has been done to lead us eventually to the Homo galacticus, Homo luminous, Homo universalis, eventually. For the reptilians, there is races of reptilians that are native to this planet. They've been around a very long time, since the end of the dinosaur era, so therefore they do have a certain justification of being there, which has nothing to do with the Alpha Draconian or anything. They were in war for a long time, actually. Um, but those beings are humanoid, and they are the ability to present themselves as humans, and because they're very, very strongly mentally focused. They have so much more focused power, mental power, than humans, and they are able to present human forms, to appear as humans, because of their ability to control the hologram and technologies to manipulate the quantum field. So, so they're very, very, very powerful mentally, but their weakness is empathy. The weakness is they're really cold around the heart, and so they have a lot of mind, but hopefully they will eventually develop an emotional body to create this ascension. Some of them has achieved that. So to reiterate, it's like no external proof will ever satisfy you in terms of the ascension, and it's something internal, a realization, and you can validate that from within. Also wanted to say that sound and light are the tools of creation. The universe was created with sound and light. And the sound and light is both used by the negative and the positive to control reality. Eventually, we're going to regain control of this understanding and utilize technology for healing and reparation of the planet, new technology, light technology, and sound technologies. So those are research I will be undertaking when the opportunity comes. Personally, I know all will change as I feel like I'm waiting for the green light from my soul. It's like my soul is like I got a test of a potential. It's like I keep getting test of a potential of freedom, of joy, of abundance, of love, of all that. But it's only a test of a potential. I'm like I have to deal with that. Well, thank you very much for coming to listen. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting, and subscribing, and for your donations. If you want a private session, you can send me an email. I'm going to pull a few cards about the Akash. The Akash is our cellular memory. We're always affected by our cellular memory. The past is always present, and and it's a force, it's an energy. We need to put our memories in order. And the observer of the day is the Akash. It is Egypt under the Great Pyramid. There is there is the halls of the Amanti, where there is it's a holographic Akash. Yet we have that within our DNA, and we have trillions of cells. So it's like it's not that far from us to be able to. The DNA is activating, it's accelerating, it's unfolding, it's expanding, and it goes along with the expansion within our brain as well, our spiritual capacity. There's all kinds of strange symptoms in ascension. It can be physical, like pains. It can pains in different places. It can be emotional traumas that are coming back up. Those are signs that we're moving towards the ascension. All kinds of symptoms that could happen. The highest wisdom is the finances. It all comes down, for me, it all comes down to that. This is really this is the test of the potential I am getting, and hopefully I'm getting. I don't. I want to be accepting the presence, yet I will be welcoming and handling that very well too. I'm not. I will not be. You don't want to be possessed by money. You want to. You don't want to be possessed by the desire. You just want to flow with the flow. But money is a very good tool. It's a divine energy that opens the way, that creates a path. Of course, it can be misused as every other energies. It can be used for positive or negative. But in the positive hands, money can do a lot of good. What we need to understand is the figure of authority. To become the authority, I know there's kind of a lot of. I'm gonna have to take a lot of charge in relationship to authority very soon. It's like it's already getting there. It's like within. I'm really being led and guided and towards that. But we have to assume our own authority to, because all the program is really distorted. There is so many distortions, so you cannot rely on a societal belief to know what is right or wrong, and so you have to decide that for yourself. What we need to do is to be is the knighthood. It's to be noble. It's to be brave. It's to be courageous. It's about to defend that truth. It's about nobility, and the outcome is the great priest or priestesses. We're going to regain all kinds of new powers. It's coming very slowly, but it's coming. There is a, for now we're practicing on the astral plane. We're getting test of that dream state. The dreams are very important. 70% of dreams have very deep spiritual meaning. So continue to be observant and take notes of things. And we're going to come into there's going to be all kinds of messages, all kinds of techniques and tools and processes that are going to be revealed very soon. Personally, I've just got to get organized. I'm waiting for my soul to open the door for me, so I can. But in the meantime, I'll continue to work on my internal resolution process. I'll finish with a song. It's a happy song that invites us to celebrate each morning. It's called "Morning Has Broken." Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where its feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, hidden so plain. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Beautiful song from Yusuf Islam, Cat Stevens. We'll pull a few cards to finish. See what. Well, the observer of the day is the empowerment, is the card of power, is the card of existence, is the card of cause and effect combined into the one, and to be in the power, to be the magician, to be the one we need. The higher wisdom is consciousness, to elevate our consciousness, to be clear-minded, to be focused. What we need to understand is to overcome guilt, to go move beyond guilt. For we have many reasons to feel guilty about the truth. The more we are aware, the more we know that there's all kinds of dysfunction that we had in the past. But we want to overcome that. What we need to do is adventure. Move into new adventure. Where I'm ready to move into the new adventure. My creator, bring it in. Thank you very much. And the outcome is dichotomy. It's called schizophrenia, but it's dichotomy, to be pulled in two different directions. Some part of us wants to go somewhere, and the other part of us wants to go somewhere else. So it's not always easy. We have to resolve that dichotomy. For the guilt here, it's like we have to unfold a new vision, to surround, to let go. This is the hangman. To allow what is disempowered to let to go, and so that the new beginning will come, and then we'll find trust. We're going to be able to make those great leap of faith, for trust is so essential. And then after the dichotomy will end, through the dichotomy will lead us to understanding, to freedom. And it's like these birds, it's like the cage have disappeared, and we're going to be free. So, well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I send you my love. I send you my light. I ask you to continue to cultivate your sense of self, to connect to your creator, to listen to your soul, to be in your heart. And we're going to see this program through very soon. Thank you very much. Namaste.